Welcome to the Pokemon Black version Typelocke Challenge. Of course, I'm the Fire Specialist, and this is episode 1. I think we should just get right on into it, explain the rules. Alright, so this is actually my second time recording this part of the video because my screen, of course, went dark, so I'm going to try not to let that happen. But just to quickly explain the rules because there might be a little bit of confusion here. This is a Typelocke, not a mono Typelocke. I will say that again. This is not a mono Typelocke, so don't be confused about us not using only one type of Pokemon. This is what I call the Typelocke Challenge. So first of all, the basic rules. Of course, as we know, we don't name our Pokemon here, so that's out the window. Second, though, fainted Pokemon, all considered to be, of course, dead. Cannot be used anymore. Must be boxed permanently. Or, of course, released. You can't use a fainted Pokemon. They're gone. Item limit. Like always, no items in battle. No healing items in battle, that is. Only held items, and of course, Pokeballs can be used to capture Pokemon. The level limit, of course, you cannot pass the next leader's ace level. In this case, that would be 14, 20, 23, 27, 31, 35, 39, 43, and the Elite Four is 50. But since you can also train between the Elite Four and, of course, the ending bosses, the level cap after the Elite Four will be 52. But if a Pokemon does exceed 52 in the Elite Four, it will not be disqualified from being used. Okay? The whole level cap is 50. Whatever happens past then is that, but we will be allowed to get up to 52 before the final bosses of the game. Of course, you must play on set mode if you guys are familiar with competitive Pokemon and Wi-Fi battles. And this is actually the mode always set for double battles. We don't get free switches. If you want to switch out our Pokemon, we have to take a turn to do so. And now for the encounter part of the rule set here. This area might get a bit confusing. So, first and foremost, only one Pokemon of each type can be caught. That means we have a possible max encounters total of 17. Now, if a Pokemon is dual typed, you must claim it as one type that it will fall under when caught. So basically, if we have a Scraggy, we can claim it as a Dark type. And later on, we can still capture a Mienfoo and claim that as our fighting type. So forth and so forth. Like for normal flying types. You can claim it as a flying type or a normal type. You claim it as a normal type, you can still capture a Sigilif later on. For the other part of this rule, though, I'm just trying to read my notes because I want to make sure I get everything across to you guys. I know this is a bit long. I apologize. The first encounter only can be caught on, of course, new routes. That's the basic part of it. But you can also pass. Like if you encounter a Pokemon that you don't want to capture for that type, you don't have to. But if it is a new type, though, that you haven't caught, that is your encounter. So if you haven't caught a Steel type and you run into Clink, that's your encounter. You can pass it, though, but then you get nothing for the area. Okay? Or you can, of course, catch it. We probably will encounter that little clause there probably before the first gym. And you'll see why, because there's only 4 possible encounters you can get and like 5 Pokemon total before the first gym. So, kind of interesting. Of course, clauses that we use is, of course, Gift Clause, Shiny Clause, and Static Clause. And the other rule change I'm making for this challenge in particular is Dupes Clause. Dupes Clause will be in effect, but we will not have a Dupes Clause limit. So that means if we capture a P-Dove at some point, and then later on we encounter 3 P-Doves, we can still encounter on that route until we find a viable encounter. A viable? Viable's not a word, right? I know it's not visible. Viable. There we go. Viable. I was saying it wrong, just spelling it correctly in my mind. But yeah, until you can get a viable encounter. Which basically means, of course, trying to think of an example off the top of my head. Like, if you encounter a Pokemon that is the same type you already have claimed, that's not going to be your encounter, and that won't count toward anything against you. So hopefully I explained that correctly. As we go through the game, it might be more clear. Just know that we only have a max of 17 possible encounters, and the choices will be very, very important. So, you guys know what happens when we click New Game. Professor Speech and all that stuff. I'm going to cut that out. You guys know what our name is going to be. And I will see you guys in the Unova region. Fire! You know, every person does this in every game I play, Sharon. You're certain yellow fire indoors. I heard from Professor Junior we can hatch a Pokemon. That'd be cool if they did do that. We can hatch Pokemon. What's keeping Bianca? Am I a little late again? Sorry. Bianca, I've known for 10 years you have no sense of time, but seriously? Today's the day we can get a Pokemon from Professor Juniper. I know, sorry Fire, sorry Sharon. So where were the Pokemon? They were delivered to Fire's house, so Fire gets first pick. Naturally. Kinda remind me that he was on first, was on second, I don't know, was on third skit, you know? Like, naturally. The Pokemon waiting for us inside that gift box. Okay, Fire, you go first and take a peek at the gift box. I want to meet the Pokemon right now. And honestly, probably in like record-setting history, this is like the earliest you could probably get a Pokemon in any Pokemon game. They're just right here. Don't even have to leave your room. You start the game right here, you take one step and boom, you're at the Pokemon. But of course, this is where we have our first decision. And it's not even our choice. You guys know what we like to do. We take a peek at the ID number. If it is a 1, 2, or 3 at the last digit, it's a grass type. 4, 5, or 6 is a fire type. 7, 8, 9, water type. If it's a 0, we move on to the 4th digit. If it's a 0, we move on to the 3rd digit. If all 5 digits are equal to 0, we automatically win the Nuzlocke. Hasn't happened yet, but I mean, it's what, a 1 in 100,000 chance? It's gotta happen eventually. And of course, one thing I forgot to mention in the intro for the rules. If a Pokemon is, you can only claim a type that encounter is. So for Tepig, we can only claim it as a fire type because Tepig is a fire type. We cannot claim it as a fighting type. So Emboar is not in the list of fighting types that we can claim for that type. Same thing goes for Tympole. We can only claim it as a water type. We cannot claim it as a ground type. Which is a difference because Palpitoad can be found later on, much later on in the game, which means you could claim Palpitoad as a ground type, but Tympole cannot be. So that's another little thing. Hopefully you guys understand it. Let's see which type we're knocking off the board first. And it is... Good lord, why am I taking forever on this? Oh, hold on. It's like I haven't played Unova in a long time. There we go. It is a 2. So it looks like... I think that's the best scenario, actually. Yet it is. Oh my goodness. I should have said something ahead of time. So yeah. We're going to have a decent start then. We do have Snivy as our starter. Which means our grass type Pokemon for the run is only going to be... Well, technically only going to be Snivy. Unless we find a grass type with a dual type. Any shiny by chance? Probably not. I don't know if they pop up on that screen or not. But there we go. We have Snivy. I will of course write that down real quick for our grass type. Alright. The good thing about that is that means we get the best elemental monkey. That, like, wait until later, I'll explain why this beginning is so crucial. But okay, I'll take this Pokemon. Sharon, that one's yours. Hey, how come you get to pick out my Pokemon? Of course, if you guys are expecting, you know, top-notch voices and voice acting, you've come to the wrong channel. I will mix up the voices probably more times than the encounters that I'll get in this dang game. Oh, never mind. I wanted to tap it from the start anyway. Everyone has chosen the Pokemon, so that's that. Hey, I know. Let's have a Pokemon battle. Honestly, Bianca, even though they're still weak Pokemon, you shouldn't have Pokemon battles inside the house. Don't be a worrywart. These are the ones that are weak, like you said. Well, that's an insult. We have to let them battle so they get stronger. It's Surge Fire. Get ready for a Pokemon battle. Versus Bianca, the first boss of the game. And of course, it's just the basic type matchup stuff, but everyone knows Tackle. Pretty much with Oshawott, Tepix, and everything, they all know Tackle. There's no advantage, there's no pound, there's no scratch, no accuracy deprivation stuff are going on here. So to be honest, you guys pretty much know what these battles are like. It's a coin toss and have to be win or not. So I'm just gonna cut to the end. There we go, and we won with a little more than, but we won with 55% of our health left. And that's on purpose, by the way. I'm pretty positive if you check in the summary screen, you are 1 experience point away from level 6. They did that on purpose, and they damn well know it. Wow, Fire, you're gonna be an awesome trainer someday, I can tell. No doubt. Well, given our Nuzlocke record is 1-4, hopefully that will change, but thank you, Bianca. Bianca, would you take a look around? I feel like he would have Mr. Mosby's voice. You know, like, are you referring to the gift? The gift, oh my lord, I can't do impressions, people. Are you referring to the, what does he even say? The gear shift that says, oh, never mind, PRNDL, yeah. Whoa, what happened? Wow, Pokemon are amazing, so little but so strong. I'm so glad I get to have a Pokemon. Oh, I'm sorry about your room, Fire. You are completely hopeless. Here, I will store your Pokemon for you. There we go. Hey Sharon, how about you battle too? With all you know, I'm sure you can battle without turning the room into a disaster like I did. Well, it's already a disaster area, so it'll be no problem for me keeping the room from getting any messier. So it's not fair for you two are the only ones to have fun battling. It's decided, you'll be my opponent in our first Pokemon battle. Let's see what you can do, Tepig. Fire versus Sharon. And of course, you've seen us use Snivy. She used Oshawott, and he has the fire type starter, Tepig. And like last time, I'm just gonna cut to the end. Honestly, if they didn't use 2 tail whips back to back, I think we would have lost. They were doing 5 damage per hit. And I was gonna end up, I 5-shot them. So that's interesting. Interesting stat breakdown too that I meant to take a closer look at that, but I almost thought maybe we were a defense lower in nature, but we might be a special attack lower in nature? Given the fact that our special attack is 10 and our physical attack is 11. So let's take a look at our Snivy. Oh, we're docile. Oh, docile. Alright, so neutral in nature. I mean, that's not bad. Tackle and Lair, Overgrow. Pretty basic stuff. I'm very sorry about all the trouble, ma'am. Well, we can clean up. Clean up? No worries, I'll take care of it later. Shouldn't you be on your way to meet Professor Juniper? Yes, thank you. Please excuse us. Come on, let's go thank Professor Juniper. I'll be waiting in front of the Pokemon Research Lab. Oh, wait, I gotta go home first. For story progression. And I've been playing so many train on the ROM hacks, she doesn't give us anything, really, right? Pokemon battles are so lively, aren't they? I can hear the Pokemon cries clear down here. Really though, why would we have a Pokemon battle in the bedroom? I mean, do I have a really big bedroom? I know it was just a tackle fest, but still. I mean, she heals her Pokemon. I know some like ROM hacks and whatnot. Oh, so she goes with the cross transceiver. I consider that pretty important. You're gonna think the professor too, right? Better get going, honey. And we don't have the running shoes yet. Yeah, we don't get those yet. We get those a little bit later. Alright, so let's jump on over to Bianca's house, see what's going on there. No, no, 1,000 times no! But I'm a good trainer who got Pokemon and everything. You've had one battle. I wouldn't go so far saying you're a good trainer yet. I can totally go on an adventure. Oh, it's okay. It's fine. I'll be waiting for you in front of the lab, okay? And she just completely, disobeys you people. Get wrecked. And of course the lab is right up here. Hopefully we can end this by going to the next town at least. Okay, let's go meet the professor. Hi there, I've been waiting for you young people. Let me introduce myself again. My name is Professor Juniper. We know your name. Come, Sharon. This is not a time to take things lightly. Today is the day to remember always, so it's best to behave with some formality. Do we really have to sit through this though? I have the power to edit it out. And you guys are not missing anything, right? Like, she's gonna ask us to nickname our Pokemon, we'll go outside, our mom will be there. Yeah, let's just cut this out. If you guys want to see it, play Pokemon Black and White. It's a good game. Okay, we got the Pokedex too, forgot about that. Hey, Fire, wait up! Said that guy from Twilight Princess. Hey! And then later on, like, a couple seconds later, he's just like, hey. Oh, there you are. And what did the professor have to say? She asked you to complete the Pokedex? I can't believe it. Well, actually, I can. I already knew she was going to ask. That's right, I brought the three of you these town maps. Take them with you. Awesome. We obtained the town map. Here you are, Sharon. I'll take good care of it. And one for you too, Bianca. So thank you so much. As for your room, Fire, or what's left of it, no need for any of you to worry. I'll take care of tidying it up. Tidying up? Is that a subtle reference to the future move Tidy Up? I see what you did there, Game Freak. Are we gonna get a move called No Need one day? Or Take Care? Okay, Fire. Ah, Pokemon, they are so cute, but they have enough power to destroy a bedroom. There's some Pokemon that can do more than just that. I think a bedroom is the least of our worries here in the Unova region. They are really something. With Pokemon like that at your side, you'll be safe wherever you go. I'll let your parents know. Bianca's parents already know. You might not want to step into that. Have a great trip. Trip. Is that a reference to the anime universe saga? I see what you're putting down there, Pokemon Black and White version. Shall we head to Route 1? The professor's waiting. Let's go. Fire, hurry up and come too. Thank you. I am tired of talking. And I'm a commentator for Pokemon videos? Yeah. Let's go to the right hand side. Mess our formation up. Oh, I'm not doing that. Come on now. Bianca says if we're starting the journey together, she wants us all to take our first step at the same time. Imagine I just push one to the side and start running, like, just run full onto the route. They're like, why would you do that? Let's all take our first step on Route 1 together. Now, is it route or is it route? I feel like I go back and forth. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. Route 1. I wonder what would happen. Isn't it so exciting? It sure is. Come on, the professor's waiting. Professor Juniper, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. Now that everyone's here, I'll explain. The Pokédex's pages update automatically. We know about the Pokédex. We know that... Okay, so... Long story short, she's going to teach us how to capture a Pokemon. She's going to tell us to meet her at the Pokemon Center in the next town. So, guess what? More stuff to cut out. And after all that, she gives us some Pokeballs. And I just now remembered, I gotta change my text speed, and I gotta activate the rare candy sheet. Unfortunately, this is a game where they only give you 5 Pokeballs. Yep, a Q in the town. Alright. So, I say we end off this first video here with our first encounter. We don't have any normal types, and trust me, as much as I don't just want to fill up my normal type slot this early, because there are of course better normal types later on. You know, I have everything listed out actually. I did not pre-plan any routing though. This isn't the whole region where you have to worry about 25 freaking water routes. Wait a minute, hey listen, Fire, Sharon, I thought something fun. But we need to get going. I messaged the professor's waiting too. Would you just listen to Seg? Seriously? Why don't we go catch the most Pokemon? I didn't read that right at all, I'm sorry. People talk too much. This little contest is inconsequential. We'll say that. And I know this is not an LP, but I will say right now, the encounters on this route are Lillipup and Patrat. And I want Lillipup. If it's a Patrat, then we're probably gonna pass. Not too worried about encounters. I know we only get up to 4 Pokemon for the first gym, but there's kind of an ace in the hole you can get later on. You'll see that shortly. But let's go ahead and get our first encounter, and hopefully it's a Lillipup, please. I think this person gives us a free potion. Encounter, is it? Because of course, so that means the odds of getting Lillipup are going to be a bit tougher. Well, with no reason to really knock it out, but we will for a little bit of EVs and whatnot. But our encounter is Patrat, and I don't want Patrat, so we're just going to battle it real quick and knock it out. There we go, crit the boot, look at that. Alright, well, there goes our encounter. But, like I said, that's the fun about the Typelocke. And with a Vine Whip, our first stab move. And Pokemon coming along. Yeah. Give us a potion. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the top of the route. It's just a straight shot. There's nothing really to worry about over here. Alright, and how about it, Fire? Do you want to compare which of us has the most Pokemon? I mean, sure. I have none, but that's okay. Because I'm doing a Nuzlocke. And of course the cross-country was reading. Cutscene after cutscene after cutscene. Hello, how is everyone doing? You and your Pokemon getting along great, right? Oh, Professor, right now I'm in front of the Accumulative Time Pokemon Center. Kinda hard. I wish they could like, do the text a little bit differently, because like it covers up like me and Sharon's faces, but well, I'm going on ahead. Alright. And we are now in Accumulative Town. Next time on the Pokemon Black version Typelocke Challenge. We'll talk to the professor and see what this town has to offer. See you guys then.